Panchatantra Stories. First section, Mitra Bheda, The Separation of Friends. Story 14, The Merchant and the Iron Balance. Long ago, in a prosperous city, there lived a young merchant named Jirnadhana. His family had once been wealthy, but years of misfortune had left him nearly penniless. Determined to rebuild his fortune, he decided to travel to distant lands and start trading. Before leaving, he entrusted his most valuable possession, a massive iron balance weighing 1,000 pounds, to a wealthy merchant friend. "Please keep this safe for me until I return," said Jirnadhana. "Of course," replied the merchant with a smile. "You have my word." Satisfied, Jirnadhana set off on his journey. Years passed. Through hard work, honesty, and determination, Jirnadhana became successful and returned home with considerable wealth. His first stop was the house of his old friend. "My friend," he said warmly, "I have returned. May I have back the iron balance I left in your care?" The merchant's face changed. During Jirnadhana's absence, greed had taken hold of him. Long ago, he had secretly sold the valuable iron balance and pocketed the money. Now he needed an excuse. Pretending to be upset, he sighed deeply. "My dear friend, I have terrible news." "What happened?" asked Jirnadhana. "The rats ate your iron balance." For a moment, there was complete silence. 1,000-pound iron balance eaten by rats? The excuse was so ridiculous that Jirnadhana almost laughed, but instead of arguing, he calmly nodded. "Well," he said, "if rats can eat iron, then I suppose nothing is impossible." The merchant smiled with relief. He thought his lie had been accepted. A few days later, Jirnadhana met the merchant's young son. "My boy," he said kindly, "would you like to accompany me to the river for a bath and some sweets afterward?" The child eagerly agreed. The merchant saw no reason to object. At the river, Jirnadhana safely left the boy with a trusted friend and returned home alone. The merchant looked around nervously. "Where is my son?" Jirnadhana appeared troubled. "Oh, what a tragedy." "What happened?" cried the merchant. "A huge hawk swooped down from the sky and carried him away." The merchant jumped to his feet. "What nonsense! A hawk cannot carry away a boy." Jirnadhana looked surprised. "Really? Then how could rats eat 1,000-pound iron balance?" The merchant instantly realized he had fallen into his own trap. Furious, he rushed to the king's court and accused Jirnadhana of kidnapping his son. The king summoned both men and demanded an explanation. The merchant spoke first. "Your Majesty, this man claims a hawk carried away my son." The king frowned. "That seems impossible." Jirnadhana bowed respectfully. "I agree, Your Majesty. It is just as impossible as rats eating 1,000-pound iron balance." The entire court burst into laughter. The king quickly understood what had happened. Turning to the merchant, he said sternly, "Tell the truth." The dishonest merchant lowered his head in shame and confessed everything. The king ordered him to return the iron balance immediately. He then instructed Jirnadhana to bring back the merchant's son. Soon, the boy was reunited with his father, and Jirnadhana recovered his valuable property. As the merchant left the court, he realized that his greed had nearly cost him both his reputation and his son, and from that day forward, he thought twice before trying to deceive anyone. Moral of the story? Those who cheat others often become trapped by their own deceit. Honesty builds trust, but dishonesty eventually brings trouble. The end. Heartfelt gratitude to the original author, Pandit Vishnu Sharma. If you have enjoyed the story, please share and subscribe.